Hi there, everyone. In this video, I would like to speak about the subject of our thoughts and our emotions and how they affect our self, in particular, our physical health. When we're thinking something that's, in a sense, negative, for example, if you're feeling fearful, angry, resentful, hateful, that's a kind of discordant type of energy pattern. So it's not healthy or harmonious. It's a type of energy that interferes with the flow of life, with our life force or spiritual essence. And often we have feelings that are directed toward other people, where we're angry at someone, we're feeling resentment or jealousy towards someone, we're in some way attacking or condemning that person. When you're doing that, realize that the first person who's actually getting harmed is yourself. Every cell in your body is tuned into your field of consciousness, to that flow of energy. Your thoughts, your feelings, and emotions are like waves of energy radiating through you. And so if you're saying, I'm angry at you, toward another person, the cells in your body aren't thinking that it's toward that other person. They're just experiencing that energy and feeling it as though it's directed toward themselves. So if we're looking to transform our health and well-being, we want to be conscious both of how we're thinking and feeling about ourselves and about others, since ultimately there isn't really a separation between ourselves and others. We all exist within the same universal field of consciousness. So those thoughts and feelings that you have toward others, those are actually affecting you. In fact, they're probably affecting you well before they would have any impact on other people in your life or your environment. People may be looking at things in the world around them, so looking at public figures, at things in entertainment such as television and movies, things in the news and the political sphere or world events, and having thoughts and emotional reactions about all of those things. You could be watching a movie, and in the movie you see someone is getting abused or harmed in some way, and you're sympathizing with what's happening to that character in the movie and what they may be feeling toward the perpetrators. Well, be aware that if you're holding on to those feelings, those emotions, they can start to affect you also. So for our personal health and healing, we can learn to release and let go of whatever feelings or emotions are arising within us. It's not healthy to suppress them, to keep them trapped within us, to deny or ignore them. We can acknowledge them, we can be aware that they're there, and we can also allow them to flow through us, to realize that they're just waves of energy. And if we allow them to pass through and dissipate, then they don't build up. They don't gather a momentum within us. Just like waves that are crossing the surface of the ocean. If they just continue to drift and flow by, they don't create a disturbance. But if they start to build up on top of each other, then it becomes bigger and bigger waves, and soon you have a tidal wave hitting the shore. So before we get to that point where there's this unstoppable wave that crashes on the shore and does damage. We want to help things kind of release and dissipate. So part of that is realizing that we can't change the past. We don't truly control the future. So we can just kind of relax and settle into the present moment and allow life to unfold, to let creation just be as it is for the moment. That doesn't mean we're not doing things to try to improve the world around us, that we're not speaking up for ourselves or asserting our needs or desires. It just means that we're not in resistance to life. We're not keeping ourselves immersed in negating types of thoughts or emotions. So if we have a thought of hostility or anger or hatred, whether it's toward ourselves or someone else, we're negating some aspect of creation, or at least in our mind we're trying to negate it. We're rejecting it. Yet everything in creation has some purpose. It's part of some process of self-exploration and evolution. So if we can remember that, then we can realize that it's okay to pause, to just observe ourselves and our surroundings, and to seek another perspective from which to perceive things, in which we don't continue to hold on to anger or fear or resentment or jealousy, in which we can be more balanced, more harmonized, and at peace. This is something that we can all consider and be more mindful about. Even the most conscious and aware of us at times will have these types of reactions where we see things or we see people that we feel frustrated by or we have disapproval toward, and we let those feelings kind of build up and simmer within us rather than finding a way to have compassion and forgiveness, to have some higher level of understanding. As we're able to make this shift within us, we start to feel more light and free, more at peace with ourselves and more at peace with life. This is an ongoing process. As human beings, we don't get to a point where we're in that state of perfect balance and harmony all the time. We'll find ourselves naturally reacting to life, to what we perceive around us, to what other people are doing, and so on. Yet over time we can begin to develop more skills, more resiliency, a greater ability to reconnect with a sense of harmony, to not get overwhelmed by our emotions, to not spiral into a very negative thought pattern or belief system. I hope that this discussion gives you some insight or some ideas about ways in which you can shift your thinking or your reaction to your own thoughts and feelings, where you can allow things to flow and release. If you have interest in this topic or other topics related to holistic health and spirituality, I invite you to watch more of my YouTube videos. You can also visit my website at www.phinsights.com, where I have links and information to learn more about holistic health and wellness. And you can also find out about the healing services and sessions that I provide. For now, I'd like to wish each of you a wonderful day. Namaste.